the fact of the matter is that if you're putting that much effort into your body to perform at that high level, I mean, baseball players hitting a baseball is like the hardest thing to do in the entire world. Playing in the NBA, you have to be an athletic freak to play in the NBA. Your body you have to have like 0% fat to like run like they do, and to the conditioning level, and not only the conditioning but like the mental stability to stay focused and perform in front of thousands of people every single night all around the country. If you're smoking weed, you can't do that to the effect that your millions, tens of millions of dollar paycheck,
Pause.
is signed you up to do. And the doctor in Tucker's interview, he cited one of his patients, and he said it's a public figure, and he's released his information, so this isn't a HIPAA violation at all. But you talked about Julius Randle, who is a prominent player in the NBA, and he said how he's helped him work through his addiction and his marijuana use over the years. And he said that when he first started, he thought it helped him play better, it made him more relaxed and all of that. And basically what he said is it began to really affect his home life, and say that he was just he would go home and smoke and relax, but he was so zoned out that it was hurting his relationship with his wife, with his family. He's checked out, he's not present. And then obviously you have a bad home life, it's really hard to perform in your career. So then you go in and start playing in these games. His play suffered. Play suffers in the NBA. You are out of the league so fast. So he was able to luckily, turn himself around, realize that he plays better when he's not high, and then, really transform his career and his family life. So that's a really good example of someone who, really thought this was going to help him, really thought this was the right thing to do, but then, later down the line grows, matures, and finds out that, actually, while this might have helped me in the short term, this is not a long term.
It didn't
It's
help
not a
me.
long term.
The thing is, Andrew, the thing is that the NBA, the NFL, the all of the professional franchises, MLB and the hockey guys and the soccer guys, and even the NCAA, they all know what marijuana does, and what it leads to. On top of that, people who start smoking dope, okay, they progress into other drugs because it just is. The large majority of them stop using marijuana, and then before you know it, they're using all this other garbage, whatever it is, or whatever you call it. And then before you know it, they're in a grave on top of that. They're addicted to the garbage, to this devil. And to have these professional franchises letting their athletes participate in this, they don't really care about them. They don't care about them. And then the owners and the coaches, the same. And then here's the kicker. We've been talking about gambling. The last 2 or 3 of our podcasts because it's epidemic right now. All you do is you see these ads. So you got these suckers that are betting on these athletes that aren't normal. They're using drugs like you can't believe. Look, I happened to catch the end of the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, and there was like 3 or 4 minutes left in the game. I just watched it. And I had my Sunday. I went to church. I just turned it on just to see. And in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, right, there was chaos. The game was moving fast. The Cowboys had the ball 4th and 1. The score was tied. Right? They throw a pass to a guy who was a receiver. The ball hit the guy in the chest. Now, if you're a receiver, I was a tight end in high school, you always know to use your hands to catch a ball, right? Here's a guy who's a pro making millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars, and the ball hit him in the chest and it flowed. But what? 2 things there. How did the coach kick a field goal? You're winning. The game's tied 21-21 with 3 minutes left, and you don't kick a field goal? I mean, hello. But the kid who had the ball bounce, he just started acting so out of it. His reaction was so out of it. I said to myself, I guarantee you that guy's on dope. You know what I'm saying here? But to make a long story short, if you watch these guys performing, how could you be gambling on these guys, for God's sake? I mean, there's people out there risking their families' mortgage payments to their homes, to to their kids' tuition, to their food that's going to be on the table on a bunch of guys. And trust me,
Mhm.
it is epidemic right now. I mean, it is epidemic to hear
And
that
that's
the NFL's biggest punishment is they're going to fine a guy 15,000. When you're making 15 million, oh, who
which is
cares?
pennies. Pennies. You're making 150 a game. Like, who cares?
It, it's,
A
it's,
quarter.
it's like a gift. But the point of the matter, the current administration in our country is making some great steps towards these drug lords, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're I mean, they shut down the border to stop the drugs that were coming in from Mexico. The way it seems, that's pretty secure now and it's under control. They're even bombing these boats, which
Mm-hmm.
which 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 in some ways I'm against, in some ways I'm for.
Mm-hmm.
If there's cartels bringing in illegal drugs into our country, but I don't know if we should be killing them. I think we should confiscate it, take their
Mm-hmm.
boats on them, and put them in prison. You understand? But the point of the
Mm-hmm.
matter is there's a great effort going on